Yeah.
What was your reaction to hearing that news yesterday?
Very unexpected. Yeah, just genuine shock. Um, yeah, and obviously it's cool. My family and I are extremely excited just for that nod.
Why were you shocked?
I don't know. I mean, shoot, there were some games I didn't play this year. That Ravens game, Dallas game, I wasn't out there that much. Um, by a lot of people's eyes, I was the third safety, which in some games I was. And so yeah, I just try to stay productive, just kind of do my thing, and it's cool. And fan voting, I even pushed for that this year, and so I don't know, it was just out of my mind all year.
How did you find out?
Uh, we were in me and Spoon were in the locker. Our lockers were right next to each other, and somebody grabs us and rushes us to an office, and I'm like, oh, I have to sign something. Direct deposit was acting funny, and so and the Pete sitting in there in his little Godfather chair, big Godfather chair right there, and he just said congrats to myself, Spoon, and Bobby.
When you look at the numbers, I mean, you say that you weren't on the field that much necessarily as a safety, but you do lead the team in special teams tackles.
Oh, of course.
You have set some career highs in certain categories. Which of those numbers do you take most pride in?
I do take a lot of pride in the special teams numbers. My wife always laughs at me when I say that after each game. Whatever happens, could get a pick, whatever. You see that special teams tackle? Did you see me on punt? And she always jokes, I don't know, that's kind of who I am as a player, I feel like. I'm just somebody who tries to be out there and be productive. And I think those guys in the special teams room really are just the grittiest players on the team and just try to get it by any means. And so I kind of relate to them. And so, yeah, that's always I keep track of that stat for sure. And I don't know, I just, tackles is a thing. That's just Midwest football for me.
Yeah, but I think you're within 17 tackles of your career high, and as you pointed out, you haven't been playing as many snaps as in previous years.
Yeah.
So what did you improve on? What changed that's gotten you that close to that career number?
I have no idea. I feel like, I don't know, I've always been a solid tackler. I've just been put in some opportunities to make a lot of plays. This past week, it wasn't our cleanest game, but I had a good amount of tackles. I had a couple three pieces on special teams for 2 games, I think. I don't know. I think just my mindset has just been trying to be consistent as I can. Whatever the circumstances around myself are, I just try to get in there and just be around the ball, get to the ball. My high school coach still texts me almost every day saying, just get to the ball. That's all you have to do. And yeah, that's, I think, what that makes up.
As you said, at times you're the third safety this year. Was there, going back to March here making a decision, was there any hesitation about, like, hey, do I want to go to a team where I'm not a clear starter?
Initially, I would say yeah. I'm coming off of being a captain, being kind of the starting guy, playing almost 100% of snaps last year, into a situation where I have 2 top quality, high character safeties, and I had to make a choice. Like, okay, do I want to be the man somewhere, or do I want to be somewhere where I can win, I can grow, I can just learn from? And just talking to Pete for the first time, I think got that affirmed for me. And yeah, I knew what it was this year. I wasn't caught off guard by the situation this year. And just being around Quandre and Jamal has just been nothing but great for my game. I think those guys are great leaders. They are positive with me. They are constructive with me, and they set a higher standard, I feel like, for myself, which I'm really grateful for.
How often do you talk to your high school coach?
Oh, we talk often. We talk probably every other day. Yeah, that's my guy.
That's not usual for the NFL. What do you get out of that?
I don't know. I think he was one of the first people who kind of believed in me in a higher sense, other than my mom and dad. He helps me run my youth camp in the off season. He's somebody who also just kind of shoots it straight. I think some of the hardest critics I have is my wife. She's a straight shooter, and him. If something's out there that looks funky, not giving good effort, not chasing down plays, not running to the ball, he'll let me know. And he's well known in Chicagoland area. He's coached me, my brother, helped retire my jersey in my high school, and so yeah, he's a great figure.
What was Pete's sales pitch to you when you were talking about debating whether or not to sign here?
Honestly, just him looking at the film. I think him seeing what I do on the film. I wasn't a huge name in free agency, I don't think, and he just said, you can succeed here. We want to run a lot of 3 safety stuff. You can play deep, you can play up, you're versatile, you can cover. And we have something special brewing here. Obviously, at the time, we had some draft picks. We just had a lot to look forward to. And just that excitement, it got me. It got me sold. Also, it was sunny here in Seattle, and so his office is right on the corner next to the lake. And I just, he summoned some good energy for that meeting. And so, yeah.
When you went back and looked at the film of Sunday, what did you kind of see from the defensive standpoint?
I saw a lot of simple stuff, just not done the best. That's from me. That's from everyone across the defense. I think everybody had those 1 or 2 one-offs. I always talk about one-offs, but I think that's something we have to just minimize. Tackling obviously was a hot topic, and we're working on that. But it's really just playing a tough brand of football that we just slipped up on, and we never got our grip on for the game. And so now this week, that's just we're upping it. We're working on it, and we know what every team is seeing. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I took back from it.
You talked about Pete saying that you could be successful here. So your first year with them and you get your first Pro Bowl selection.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to you?
It's unbelievable. Like I said, it's crazy. I mean, it's obviously you can hear it, you can think it, but that's never on my mind. Especially this year, it was never on my mind for a possibility. I was productive. I knew kind of where I stacked up against everybody else, but I just thought it was just one of those things that I don't usually get. And yeah, it's affirming for sure, but I know obviously there's a lot more that I left out there that I feel like I can get.
Arizona's leading receiver is a tight end. Tight ends have
Yeah.
at times posed challenges for this defense. Where is the biggest challenge with McBride on Sunday?
He's a talented, confident player. Young guy. He has some speed. He's a high 4.4, 4.5 guy. He's physical. I think he's on the rise. You're going to hear about his name probably for the next coming years, and we're going to be seeing him for the next coming years. And he can do it all. He's become that safety net for that offense. He's an effective player. And so, it's we gotta know where he's at.
Your wife went to Nazareth? Was that
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
senior class?
One class above me, so she's a year older.
Okay.
Nazareth.
How was that, going to Notre Dame and maintaining a relationship, playing big-time football, and then going to the NFL and maintaining a relationship?
Yeah, it was ups and downs, highs and lows initially, but then I think this year we'll be together dating whatever for 10 years now, and I feel like the past 8 have just been the best. It's been, we just know each other. She's my person. Some people in the building know her, have heard of her. She's the smartest people I know, and she's good. And now she's a wonderful mother. She's doing a good job with the baby.
Did she go to Notre Dame?
She went to St. Mary's. So school, how far? I could throw a football to St. Mary's. Yeah, it's right across one road.
By design, or you both
No, she was a year ahead, so she was going there, and then I was I was 3-star recruit, got an offer from Notre Dame, committed on the spot. That was my dream school, and it just happened to work out, and that I think that was just something that was meant to be for sure, and that made it a ton easier for our relationship.
When you first got a chance to play with Spoon or just watch him, could you see a Pro Bowl in his future this early?
Yeah, honestly, yes. I had the pleasure of having my locker next to him, and even when I think you guys remember in training camp he had like a hammy or something, he wasn't practicing, but the confidence that this kid had in the meeting room, around the building, was second to none. And that's from somebody who didn't even step on the field yet. And I was like, man, this guy is just confident. I watched his tape coming out of college. Obviously, went to Illinois. I'm a Chicago guy. I knew about him. I just knew he just had that confidence that not a lot of young players have. And he was balling this year. He's a spitfire. Every time he's out there, we're a better team, we're a better defense. And so, I'm not surprised. It'll be the first of many for him.
What did that confidence look like to you?
It didn't look like much. It sounded like a lot, though, because you all know him. He's a loud guy. You can hear him enter a room from around the corner. You don't have to see him. He is just, I don't know. With anybody, with Bobby, with Coach Carroll, with anybody, he just exudes confidence. when we watch tape in here, you'll hear him yelling about some play he made or whatever. He's just, he's one of a kind for sure.
What, I know the season's not over, but when you
Yeah.
look at the season, what do you make of how the defense played?
I thought there was a lot of highs, and there were some areas that we just need to be cleaner on. And regardless of when the season's over or whatever, that has to be get where we want. We have to just be consistent and grow from that. I think we're an explosive defense. We can make big plays. We need more of that. We need more of that. We need more consistency. And it's not something that's like a far-fetched idea. I think we have all the pieces we have that we need to get that done. It's just a matter of just bringing it together, just tightening it up a little bit, and we'll get that. We'll get there.
Were you a Bears fan growing up?
No, I wasn't. Everybody else was around me. This weekend's the first time probably in my life I'll ever say bear down, and so exactly right. I'm excited for those guys to get after it.
Who'd you root for?
Why weren't you?
I don't know. I think my dad, just not being from Chicago, I just was a fan of like players around the league. I was a Ravens fan for most of my childhood. I just really liked Ed Reed and Ray Lewis and those guys on that defense. And yeah, I don't know. It never stuck to me. I like players though. I like Peanut Tillman, Devin Hester, of course. If you're a Chicago kid, you had to have a Devin Hester jersey. But no, just never was a huge fan of the team.
Anything else, guys?
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.